Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I am Old Man 102. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to Giants Editor for FS25, working on the new 4X map. It is still Saturday, February the 28th as I record this. It's basically the last day of February. I'm recording up 2 episodes on this today, and I'll probably hopefully get 2 episodes recorded on this tomorrow while I'm just in here working on things. I really want to get this square done before we move on. Now I'm going to make some major changes to the water. So we're going to do a lot of probably a lot of terraforming this episode. So I'm going to go to 25. I'll make my brushy a little bit larger. Yeah, we're gonna majorly change this water up. So I have an idea of what I want to do over here. Keep an eye on my phone. I'm waiting to hear back from my son. We got dinner plans for tonight. Head over and see the grandkids. So you'll see what I have in mind here as it gets closer to what we're going to actually do. It kind of looks kind of weird with those trees floating. I'll be able to get them out of the map soon. Trying to keep an eye on my phone. I'm just waiting to hear back from my son. I'm trying to time this video out so I know when we're doing dinner tonight. Like I said, we're completely going to change this water area up. And yeah, you're probably going to hate me. All right, so let's go to 20. We're going to rough a couple things in here. Now I want to go with this way smaller brush. And we'll probably come back and change that up. I just want to rough something in and we'll tweak it. Pretty much want this whole square to be an island. And you'll see why as it gets closer to we get into the actual build. Again, once we Once we make the water line invisible, this is going to look really, really bad until we get in here and fix it. Now, I may make this a little bit wider in some areas, but I'm just trying to get a rough idea of where I want to put things. And you'll see here in a minute as to why. All right, we got to get rid of some of this grass and just put it back in at a later time. Yeah, let's go back to 25 for a minute. It'll sort of come across here. Back to 20. Now there's a bridge there. Coming from the other side. Or do I want to come in here? Almost want to come in here. Might do that. All right, let's make this area a little bit wider. And again, we'll fix those edges once it gets a little bit more no. So what I want to do is I want to put a landing zone pretty much in. I wanted it in the center, but we may change that up a little bit. Because basically what I want to do is I want to put rice fields here. And the only way to get to them, I want to be able to get to them is from like a landing zone. I'll show you what I mean here. Yeah, let's go a little bit wider. So pretty much in the middle, I want to do, and again, I'll probably make this a lot smaller. This is me just having fun at the moment. Is it going to be too large? Yeah, that's way too large. All right, so make it go away. That might be more of the shape I want it. Might still be a little bit too large. Let me grab. Yeah, it's going to be way too big. Let's get a couple things here and then we'll make it smaller and we're going to have to work around it. We may come in this way into this area. We'll see. Yeah, I may come in this way. But anyway, let's bring a couple things. Let's go File, Import. I'm going to bring in the farm silo. Hopefully it's the small one. Yeah, this area is going to be, this little island is going to be way too big. All right, we're going to make it much smaller. So let's put you in the middle. Let's go File, Import. I want to bring in crap. Oh, placeables, map, remove, easy shed 1. And the only thing I'm going to need here is the easy shed and the silo. So we're going to make this island a lot smaller. Give myself, well, no, we don't need a lot of room. But I do need room for bridges. Well, I think we're going to break these up one at a time rather than trying to make this in one big shot. So let's go back to height. Let's go back to 25. Oop, 25. I said 25. Now I want bridges, river bridge. Yeah, I think I want to come in from this direction. I want to come in from over here. I kind of like that a little bit better. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's get it at a 45. Now, we're going to have to adjust this a little bit. Why is your height all funky? Let's go 25.02. There we go. Does that take it too far off the ground? No, it does not. Are you the, which one's the length? You're the length, so let's go 1. Yeah, I definitely want to come in from this side. Now, I think I want to go not on a 45. Now, let's go 0.75. Let's pull you back. We'll put like a little building or something there. And we'll come in. Is the arch separate? It is. Can I move the arch? No, I can't. No, okay, so I can't really alter that bridge. All right. Again, we'll get it looking pretty later. But I want to get onto this area. Now, do I want to do one more length? I think I do. Yeah. Again, it's a swamp map, so we can play around and have some fun with it. I have a vision in mind, and sometimes it takes me a couple tries to get it the way I want it. All right, so we'll have a road coming in. So easy shed. Let's go minus 51. Let's put you here. And then the farm silo. Let's go 51. We'll put you here. Now, let's go back to 20. More what I had in mind. landing zone. Now, let's get one of our other bridges. There's one right here. Damn it. I hate when that happens. No, give me the bridge. There we go. Now, actually that bridge is like almost a perfect length. Let's shave this down a little bit. All right. So over here we're going to have our first rice field. And then we'll shave a little bit more of this off. So we really don't need this point on this end, but maybe we'll put some trees there you can cut down. So let's plot out. I'm going to go texture. I'm going to go square. We're going to go dirt. Now, now this equipment is fairly small. We can't draw rice fields in the editor. We have to put them in game and then transfer them to the map files. Now, question is how I don't want them like super large, but unfortunately they do have to be square. It's really hard to tell size and scale while we're in the editor. Something like that will be rice field number 1. I'm going to try and get at least 4 rice fields in here. And then we'll get some trees around it, like I said, so you can cut them down. So let's go height. All right, it's going to be rice field number 1. We have a lot of work to make this pretty, but roughing it in for now. Alright, so let's work on rice field number 2. I think those are deco bushes. Yeah, there we go. Probably get, well, we'll see. Let's get the 4 rice fields in, and we may do an arable field as well. But I wanted, basically, essentially I wanted 4 rice fields in here. About that far in. So we still got to smooth the edges and stuff out. So I don't want it too close to the water. And so we get it roughed in. I'll see if these are going to be too large in game. Let's go a little bit longer. About there. Now, I think we put these 2 on the same island, possibly. Now that shed's going to be in the way. Let's go this way. No, we can pull the shed back a little bit. I want to go from that island to this island. I kind of want them off of this island, but we would have to get over there. All right, let's go here. Do I want to put water down there? So we would still have to get to this island. So if I run a a canal through here. Again, we can always change it. So come over this way, and then we kind of come over this way. Because then we can do this. Run a road to those two. Yeah, this is more of what I had envisioned. And then we go, let's get another rice field in. These are placeholders. The only square fields in the map, because I cannot make, Giants will not let us have odd-shaped rice fields. Kind of like that. Let's go this way. Now, do I want to bring it over and go long? No, let's not do that. It's going to be a little bit wider than the other one, so let's not go as far this way. These are going to be too big. This one's definitely going to be too big. All right, let's cut it back. Let's cut it back this way. Well, I could put a meadow in. We don't really have a lot of meadows in the map. A little bit better. All right, I want one more rice field. So let's grab you. Something kind of like that. No, let me change that just a little bit. The magic of the back up button. Let's come over this way and in. I see something a little different. Alright, let me do a quick save. It's gonna take a hot minute. Let me check my phone. No message from my son. Okay. Trying to find out what time dinner is tonight so I can make my plans. All right. So again, this one's a little bit larger than I want. Yeah, you're going to be, well, we don't have to go all the way to the end. We can add more water on the one. We can add a little bit more water on both sides. Oh, I got to change it back to dirt, do I? It didn't do anything. It didn't. Let's go a little bit further. Riceville is going to be a little bit larger than you would have on a normal map. You know what? You'll do. I messed that one up a little bit. I'll come here and fix it. Yes, let's go back to 25 for a hot minute. Put some of this back. There we go. Yeah, now it's looking a little bit more like what I wanted it to look like. We're going to make the water invisible and clean it up anyway, but just get it close to where I want it. So that's going to be our 4 rice fields. Just throw some extra trees on the end of that island. And I think this is going to be a grass meadow. because we really don't have one on the map. So I'm just going to leave it and let you do with it what you want. And no, the rice fields are not in the game yet. They're a pain in the butt. We got to go in game and put them in and then transfer all the files from the save game into the map. All right, now we can't keep it that simple. We're going to bring it up this way a little bit further. Yeah, now I'm thinking what we're going to do. Go something like this. And then let's grab, no, this one, this one, this one, this one. Now, I may have to scale these bridges down or up a little bit depending on what size equipment we're taking over them. Let's go to 25, and let's just put a little bit of land back right in here. Yeah, and I think we'll just leave that as an open meadow. We'll put trees and stuff around it, make it look pretty, but I think that's going to be an open meadow. So we'll come in here, we'll come in on this bridge, and then from this bridge we'll have a silo, we'll have our rice equipment here. Then you can get to this field, you can get to this meadow, you can get to these 3 rice fields from here. Before I make this official, let's do a save. And it's going to take a hot minute. Check my phone. No messages yet. Okay. My goal is to have this whole square done today. I don't know if it's going to get done though, because like I said, I'm going to meet my son for dinner. We're going to play with the grandkids for a little bit. All right, so let's go. I just want to see what scale-wise what it feels like in game before we commit to it. Shaders, compiling shader. We need a bit of write a compiling shader song. There we go. Nothing turned red as we went in. Let us, wrong one, let's grab tractor. I don't care. I'm not saving this, but I absolutely hate red. Let's go ahead and lease this. I want to see scale once we're in here. What this is going to feel like. Okay, so we may have to narrow these. Yeah, we're going to have to narrow these bridges up a little bit. But I want you to be able to bring large equipment in here, though. But I want to see what the scale of these rice fields look like. Actually, not bad at all. They're not going to be bad at all. Let me do this. Now, I know it's not a rice field yet, but I want to see. I want to get out here and feel what a. Yeah, this could be nice. Okay, nice size rice field. It's going to take forever to plant and harvest, but it's not overly ridiculously big. Now, I do need to narrow these bridges up. We definitely need to narrow those bridges up. Okay. Am I zoomed all the way out? I am. All right. Yeah, because right now they're 2-lane and we need to take them down to single lane. Oh yeah, all right. Scale feels pretty good. We'll narrow the bridges down. We'll see what they look like and feel like. once these are actual real rice fields. Now, the other thing I want to try is, let me come over here. Let me move this guy over here. What is like one of the biggest pieces of equipment I have? 50 meter. I want to see what the scale is on that bridge with this attached. Yes, I can't make these bridges too small, or we're not going to be able to get the big equipment in. Yeah, I can't make these bridges too much smaller. You're not going to be able to get the big equipment. It's going to look ridiculous with just a rice planter. But if you want to get some big equipment in here, these bridges have to stay as wide as they are. All right, let's start making this official. Check my phone, nothing from my son. He's going to diss me tonight. I'll be eating leftovers. All right. Yeah, so really can't make these bridges any smaller. So let's make the water official. So, let's close you. Water planes, invisible. All right. Yeah, let's clean this up and get the edges all nice and smooth. Well, let's clean it up and then we'll bring the water back and then we'll smooth the edges and then we'll take the water away and then we'll paint it. 20. Let's clean this up. We on Deco Bush, we are. Let's go down here a second. Well, to be fair, if the kids are taking a nap, he's probably taking a nap. It's just if you smooth these out, it looks a lot cleaner when you do the PDA. All right. Over here just a little bit. All right, let's bring the water back and we'll do another save. Oh, excuse me. Come on. We're going to have another long save because we have to smooth all the edges down. All right, now let's start. I guess we'll start over by the bridge and work our way around. We want height. Try and work a couple areas at the same time. I don't know if we'll get these rice fields in this, what I'm calling episode. I may not be able to get the rice fields in until I record next, which will be tomorrow. We got to put a bridge there. I need a bridge there. Oh, cool. Grab you. And not too concerned with your exact size until we get that side of the road done. All right. This is why it takes so long for me to put all these fields in. It was like an hour and a half to 2 hours per field because I had to do this. There's water around every single field. And this is what took so long. Alright, that all should be done. Let's get this little island finished up. Finish up the little island. Alright. And then we have what's going to be our big meadow. This whole site is done. It is. All right, let's do again another long save. Yeah, if I can get this entire square done, even if I come back from my son's house tonight, I can finish this square up off camera. Just going to need a lot of just grass and trees. All right, now let's go close the bridges, water planes, invisible. All right, let the fun begin. Texture, dirt, round. It's really easiest just to do one side at a time. Trust me, I've done so many of these. How many fields are in the map so far? Not counting the rice fields. $67. So I've done this 67 times already. Plus the city and whatever else got done. So I've probably done this about 100 times in game already. like a little island. All right, this one next. Let's do a quick save. Yeah, I really can't wait to start playing on this map. It's not going to be, with all these odd-shaped fields, it's not going to be AI friendly at all. All right, that island's done, that island's done. Let's come over this way. Yeah, I have a lot of landscaping to do. I'll do a lot of that off camera. And then hopefully tomorrow we can start that square back there. And I want to get that one knocked off and out of the way. All right, I think that's everything underpainted. Bring the water back. Do a save. Now, I see something here. Let's go to the in-game mod hub for a minute. I'll look for a tower. Is there like a fire tower or a watch tower? Radio tower. Oh, wood tower. That may work. I've seen this in one of the maps. Let's download this puppy. Alright, I'm just going to create a new folder. Going to I'm just going to extract it here. I'm not going to put anything else in this folder. I don't want all this other junk. I only want the i3D. So let's go File, Export Selection with Files. I'm going to stick it in the Remove folder because we will not need the i3D in the map. Well, we won't need the i3D in a folder once we put it in the map. And close that. I'm going to come in here though, and I want to look at something really quick. I'm going to go into Remove. I'll go into Wood Tower, and I want to check the path of the textures, which are fine. So what I want to do over here is let's first of all, let's see how big this is. Oh, it's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. I was hoping for something a little bit taller. I can make it work though. Let's go edit, cut, and paste. Actually, I need to move. Let me just get rid of that transform group. If I need it, I'll put one in. All right. So let's go height 25. there like a little pedestrian bridge? Well, I said I wasn't gonna. We don't need this one anymore anyway. We can delete that. Just open up a new folder. All right, there's my son texting me back. Let me check that in a minute. All right, downloads, bridge pack. I'm gonna go extract into its own folder. Let's see, store items. Oh, okay, there we go. I want something that we can walk out onto. Ooh, maybe the log bridge. Nope. Let's look at multi-flat boards. Storebridge 05, but they're all Storebridge 05. 5 by 18. Flat 5 by 18. Can I narrow it up? Okay, why can't I zoom back out? There we go. I only need you. Will you let me narrow you down and still look good? I only want it to be a footy bridge. Actually, I can make this work. All right. All I need is, yep, the bridge and the collision. File, export selection with files, remove. I'm going to go wood bridge. We'll bring that into the map. Wood bridge, I want to check the textures. They're all in-game textures, so cool, we're not bringing any extra textures into the map. And then from, let's go from here. Oh, I wonder if I can find like a picnic table. Alright, so let's go back to, see, I need that transform group anyway. Let's just call it tower. I'm going to actually put the tower in it. There we go. Let's go file, import. Let's bring in the wooden bridge. And let's stick it in here. Alright, let me turn my speed down. So I want to get like zoom right in. So let's go down to like 1 or 2. Like 5 speed will do. Alright, so I want to narrow it up to make it a footy bridge. Now how do you, let me see what the bottom side looks like. So if I spin you around, oh, I can't because you've got those. Nope. Alright. So you're going to have to go this way. Let's go 90. I'm going to have to put some kind of pillar under it. Actually, if I can make these two just a little bit longer. So let's go like 1.4 on that one. And let's go like 1.3, no, 1.2, that'll work. And we can kind of sort of match them up a little bit. We're not bringing any vehicles over here, so I just want something to walk across to be able to get out here without falling into the water. That should be a challenge. And then let's take the tower itself and we'll spin you so the steps are kind of this way. Alright, let's do a quick save. Check my message real quick. Come on, my phone won't turn on. Sorry I was napping. What time works for me? I don't know. Here, let me answer this text back. What time you normally eat? Yeah, he wasn't napping with the kids. Alright, so, oh, it's still saving. Oh, because I made a terrain height adjustment over here. What the heck? Oh, I minimized it. Alright. Let's jump back in here for a minute. Let's go picnic. Is there like a picnic table? Kind of, sort of. Park decorations pack. We got a trash can. We got a picnic table. Not quite what I'm looking for. Workshop table. Alright, let's go this way. So, decorations pack. Give me something that's got like a little picnic area. And if not, we're going to jump in game and pull something out. Ooh, like a little playgroundy area. Okay, I can pull that playground equipment in. Not really what I wanted there. I just wanted like a picnic table. A little picnic area. I may look for something between episodes. So I pretty much know what I'm looking for. I'll find a decorations pack. I have one somewhere. I just don't know what file it's in. Just go through this really quick. Some benches. Water decor. I'm going to grab that because we're going to be doing a water area. Now I'll dig through my files. I have something stashed somewhere that I want to use. What's in here? No picnic-y area. It's got a table and chairs. Has a trash can. And it has a little well. That may actually work. Let's pull this in. Let's grab that as well. I should have, let me just check my downloads folder. Just make sure they downloaded. They did. Alright. I'll mess with those between episodes. We're headed to the park before dinner with you. Do you want to go? Let me answer him really quick. All right, we'll come back to this. We'll finish this up another day. So I won't finish this little island and this little bridge. But what I do want to do, let's do another save. And then I want to get I want to put the I want to get the rice fields in and make sure they're going to be working. And then I'm going to end this episode and get out of here. So we need to go into the game. We're almost 2 hours into this video anyway. I'll find us some stuff to decorate that little island with. We can expand it out a little bit further as well. All right, let's go slot 13 so I know what number it is. So we're actually going to have to save it. Come on, any second. All right, let's jump in here. I want to go down to just 1 speed. Let me grab my Xbox One control. Alright, we need to go down this way. I can't teleport there yet because we don't have anything over there. Crap, let me get into flight mode. It'll be a little bit easier. And then I can get out of flight mode. Let's come over this way. Yeah. Out of flight mode. Alright. So what I want to do, we're going to have to, let's throw some money in. And then let's go into construction. Where are the rice fields? Where are the rice fields? There we are. All right. Okay, stop. My Xbox One joystick's messed up. That's why it keeps sliding. Okay, where was it? And I lost it again. There it is. All right. So we go there to there. Area is restricted. How could the area be restricted? There's nothing there. Oh, we don't own it. Hold on. Crap. I'm going to have to throw a whole bunch of money in here. All right, hang on. Let me get out of here. We need to own this land. I don't have the farmland painted in yet. So let me go into farmlands. Let me get default property true. And let me throw it down here. Oh, it is default property true. We do own it. Because the farmland's not painted yet. Why is it not letting me? I mean, area is restricted. There's nothing there. The area be restricted. There's nothing there. We may just have to finish this up tomorrow. I'm gonna hook up with my son and my grandkids. So we may get these rice fields in next episode. There's nothing there. We own the land. There's nothing restricting it unless it doesn't like being that close to the water. I may have to make these fields a little bit either make the field a little bit smaller or make the island a little bit larger. Come on. Alright, so let's do the same thing. Let's go down to 1 speed. We need to go into our half speed. It doesn't really matter. Flight modes, we can get out there a little bit easier. Flight mode off. Ah, no, not what I wanted. Flight mode off. Alright, why is, okay, let's go to a different island. Why is that area restricted? We own the land. Because, go to farmlands. Yeah, we own the land. So, let's try this again. Construction. Alright, overlaps. Let's go this corner to this corner. Areas restricted. Why? To this corner. To the, okay, it won't let me. Let's turn snapping. No, I want snapping on. Crap. Snapping needs to be on, or we're not going to get a square. Areas restricted. Because it's probably too large. You suck. So that means I got to cut these squares back. Areas, okay, overlaps with another object. I should be able to make larger rice fields than this. Alright, I'm going to mess with this another day. I'm going to get out of here. I got to see why I can't make larger rice fields. I have a mod that allows us, I have a Lewis script that allows us to have larger fields. I'm going to make sure I have it in the map. I'm going to call it here. I am Old Man 102. Please smash that like and subscribe on your way out and have an awesome day.